Happy holidays, everyone. Welcome back. We're going to be watching more Attack on Titan today. Storm here.
Tom here.
Kimmy here.
So we're goofing around, and Tom keeps slapping his forehead, so now it's all red and blotchy. So we're having a good time. We have silly stories. Stop hurting yourself, Tom.
I was having a hard-boiled egg, and that's how I cracked my eggs. I smashed them over my forehead.
You said it. I didn't say it. I said you didn't have to say why. But if you're open to it.
It's fun and quirky.
It's good to be honest. So thank you for sharing that, Tom. That's awesome.
Step one is admitting you have a problem.
I like to crack eggs on my head. So we're going to be watching episode 206/231. We're watching on Crunchyroll. They go by different number systems. So it's 231, but a lot of you guys know it as 206. We don't see the title or thumbnail, but last week's episode was pretty intense. I mean, wow. I mean, Ymir, do you think she's actually dead? We were saying last time she closed her eyes when she heard Krista's true name, Historia.
She was very happy. If she did die, she died happy knowing that she revealed.
But she didn't look any worse off than when Aaron got bitten in half and eaten by bearded Titan.
Yeah, I mean,
I
don't know, because his limbs, they were bit off, and I don't know if he was cut in half, but she was injured in the midsection, so maybe that's like the final thing, if it's
something
anywhere here.
So.
Mm-hmm.
And her face still looked like it was kind of veiny looking and stuff.
Yeah, because she was still part of the Titan, so maybe because they were concerned before, like, if it gets too close. But I don't know, because I was going to say, like, if they're eating too close to her, maybe certain, like, nerves or something connected to her make it final.
Or maybe the ability to regenerate doesn't happen anymore?
I don't know, because, like, here, Annie bit Aaron out of his own neck, so he survived that. I feel like she's still going to be alive. Like, she's just going to need time to regenerate.
Well, I hope so, because they need to make, like, a Titan army going here.
That's on their
big
side.
Time. Please confide in us. Tell us if you really are one. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you're a good Titan or a bad Titan.
Check here.
Yeah. And, again, going back to Annie, I mean, there's just so many questions there where I really like her character, but I'm very alarmed by her. Like, Ymir here, she's trying to protect Krista. What is her true motivation? She's been with humans. Is she truly human? Was she a Titan first? Or was she able just to transform for a while? Who knows?
What's her motive? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
the
what's her
overall
motive?
And she helped a lot of other soldiers, too.
Yeah.
So that was good. That was fantastic.
But
then seeing that flashback, she might have had a different past, during her learning process.
Control it. Mm-hmm. So with Annie, though, like when she was getting attacked by those soldiers before, and then she was brutally killing them, I know she was getting attacked first, but if her intelligence is still intact, which I'm assuming it was, I mean, she's being spiteful and hateful because they're attacking her, but they don't have the knowledge to know that she is one of them, and she is already killing them. Like, oh, you went after me, and she's like spinning that guy and snapping him to pieces. And
but even when she wasn't in Titan form, she was still kind of a cynical person.
Yeah.
She was always
maybe
very
it
alarming.
Exasperates from your personality as a human into the Titan.
So I'm wondering, like, if like Ymir, Ymir and Annie seem like they're two different peas in a pod,
Yeah,
like,
I agree
completely.
Like Ymir kind of probably figured this out on her own and went through her own trial and error session, hence maybe accidentally eating somebody, back in the day when she was first learning. Where Annie, she might have been indoctrinated to say, hey, we need you to infiltrate the humans to see what they're all about. And, she became human, but more of like a spy kind of thing for the Titans.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
So I'm thinking, I'm wondering if there's two different training modes here.
Right. Could be. I mean, there's so many things that we just don't know. So.
Well, hence why, if Aaron really puts his mind to it, Aaron can help humanity.
Yes.
Ymir did help, her group. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking that, it's how they're being brought up or how they're trained.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be watching on Crunchyroll again, shall we?
Yes.
Let's do it.
So 231. Oh, I felt so bad for their deaths. They're so bad. Mm. The last thing you see.
Uh-huh.
Man, I know every time it's so true when you guys
That episode went by way too fast.
It did, didn't it?
I can't even take it all in yet. I'm still shocked.
That was absolutely...
Just hearing that conversation in the background, you're like, wait, what? Did he just say he's the Armored Titan?
They just came out with it to him, like right on the wall with everyone else there, and it was like a normal conversation. So I was like, wait. And just reading it, I'm like, wait, what? No, he didn't say that. I totally read that wrong, and I was in denial, right?
I was like, oh, that went too fast.
They just came right out with it.
He probably figured out that his arm is healing, that once it's healed, they're going to wonder, how the hell did it heal so fast?
Yes, and is your steam going to come out, and yada yada.
I mean, everyone is so mixed into this. It's crazy. And poor Aaron now, like seeing those flashbacks too, like that is emotional. Sorry, the munching on the ending credits. That's so gross. But here he's crying. Like that was so upsetting because these are his comrades, his friends, like people he truly cares about that are close to him that he had no idea.
He said he was there for what, 3 years?
Yeah.
So then he was getting emotional because he said that, you know, he was there for too long and he was starting to know these idiots.
Yeah.
So I think he was kind of had one mission, but then his views were starting to change.
Right.
But that's crazy though.
Wow.
Kind of like an attitude, almost like Annie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a little bit that.
But he seemed a little more. He seemed a little closer to his people.
He seems a little bit more compassionate than she was.
But Annie always stayed closed off to everybody.
Yes, and
she always kept her distance probably for that reason.
Yeah, but he seemed like he was like tolerating them. So it was definitely on a different mission when he first started.
Mm-hmm.
And then now it just came out. And he told Aaron because Aaron can change. And he was
we can probably use him. Yeah, he can understand.
Well, I think now that more Titans are being realized that they had to move faster with their plan or whatever their plan is.
I didn't think we were ever going to have that reveal because we were assuming people were in those guys, the big ones. But I'm like, there's no way. And just to come out with it that easily, again, because things are getting pushed forward fast, that I'm kind of like, okay, I'm just so shocked because I love both of them. And even with Berthold, like, I always saw him as an innocent, which he is, kind of.
I was a little suspicious about him in the last couple episodes because he seemed very skittish about things going on more than usual.
Really? Yeah, I guess.
So I had the suspicion, but it was very like just a one-off thing. That's why I kind of didn't say anything. But
I thought he was going to die soon because he was so scared. I'm like, this poor guy, like he's so innocent that he's going to die.
I knew something wasn't right, and I wasn't sure if he was going to, you know, do something brash or do something stupid. I didn't think it was going to be like Colossal Titan. I mean, geez.
That is amazing. See, now, and I never even thought that, so I wasn't even, now I'm like suspicious of everybody. Like,
yeah, now you're paranoid, right?
Now, you said hi to me.
Now that he transformed back into the Armored Titan, Raynor kind of does look like the Armored Titan with the hairstyle and all that kind of stuff.
I can see Raynor like that, and yeah, because I started noticing that too. With the Colossal, though, I mean, I just thought the Colossal Titan was going to be someone very aggressive and mean, and just because that Titan is so freaking big, so colossal, that I thought it was going to take so much energy, and I thought a personality of someone super strong and aggressive was going to be that person, and it was totally the opposite. Like, that threw me off as well.
That's amazing that they can change like that, you know.
And see, this is getting me curious now too, because the Colossal Titan, even though he's so big, he doesn't have any hair. Where like the Armored Titan and the female Titan did.
Yeah.
And obviously the Beast Titan did too. So I'm wondering if, you know, he's not as developed as, you know, Raynor is. Or
That's
Annie.
what I'm kind of wondering, because size doesn't matter, huh? And like with him being so big, he's so slow. And I thought that was only to show us because he's so big. But we have these other huge Titans that still move faster. I mean, not as big as him, but I think like he can only do certain massive, heavy.
But he's got all that muscle behind him too, so maybe he's more powerful in his swings.
Just because of his weight and stuff, yeah, and how big he is, I think so. But I do think like he's in slow motion almost on what he can do compared to everyone else because he's so massive, and that is all the energy is just being taken up by that only. So he is very powerful, but just strictly on those huge slow attacks.
Yeah, and it worked in his favor getting Ymir. Now they're going to bring her back to the village, I guess.
And Reiner was the one who questioned that. He was the one who grabbed Krista, his story of it, she was Krista at the time, but when he grabbed her, he was holding her leg really tight and it was hurting her. And then he was angry at Ymir for changing. So then he goes, what's her purpose? So now she does have a different agenda because she didn't know about those.
Yeah.
Yes, and now it makes sense because
she broke the plan.
That's right.
Huh. Weird. I mean, that colossal one could just slowly walk and just knock everything out of its way. That could probably... I mean, the Beast Titan, we haven't even seen him in action. Like, he's probably insanely, like, the number one scary one, who can... He's probably really fast and super strong. So I'm wondering if they are in cahoots together, if they're working together, or if they have different plans. I don't know.
Or maybe, the Colossal Titan and the Armor Titan, maybe they, as a group, like... They come from a village, he said.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Annie came from the same village. So I'm wondering if that whole village knows how to transform, just like Connie's village might be a different clan of Titans. So maybe they all have these different groups of Titans, that are, and maybe they're looking for recruits. Maybe we're trying to check out, this village to see if, who else can transform. And they got Ymir back. They got, Aaron, because he was the outsider that can change.
Yeah. Maybe this has been part of humanity for a long time because we're seeing the dinosaurs in the intro, and with evolution, it seems like. So what happens if the Titans have always been around us and humanity just divided so extremely where a lot were just in tune and grew up with like a culture of, okay, well, you have to survive as a Titan and this is how you do it, properly. And then everyone else just got so separated and isolated that all those lores or, stories were forgotten. And so now it's just completely divided where they just forgot all that back history. And they're trying to, maybe humans on the other side, like normal humans who forgot all of it, like started torturing Titans because they saw them as a bad thing. And the ones that they're attacking, they're seeing these ones that never fully developed or something. And they're the horrible ones, unfortunately, that eat and, destroy places. And they're trying to get revenge or something. Yeah. The more advanced
what if when the Colossal Titan first showed up in the first episode and broke through the first wall, what if he released Annie out of the wall? He kicked her out of the wall.
Well, that's a very good point.
That's
because
so
when
weird.
she breached the wall,
do you not age, I guess?
You can probably release one. Like we saw, with the hole. We saw one with the eye coming in, looking in.
That's crazy too, because do you age when you turn into a Titan as well? Because those walls have been around for a long, long time. So if Annie was in that wall, then she and didn't age because she would have been how many hundreds of years old?
She's got that shell on her, almost like a wall.
But then maybe the second time when the Armor Titan busted through the second wall, maybe he released Ymir. Who knows if they're trying to get back their ranks and punching the two holes in the wall, we're actually releasing two Titans.
And maybe they're just not normal Titans. Maybe they're just advanced Titans, like you're saying. I don't know.
Right.
Andy and Ymir. I don't know. It's
it's just speculation. I got nothing to back that up, but it's just a thought.
Right.
Yeah. And that would make me think that no one ages because they're young, and if they were released from the wall as a Titan, maybe your age as a person, as a human, freezes.
Well, I mean, look at when they get wounded, they regenerate.
Yeah, and they can regenerate.
So maybe they age differently.
Yeah, maybe. And that's another dangerous thing as well, because just being humans, I mean, what a power to have to self-heal. You could have these terrible injuries. You could regrow limbs. That's insane.
Right.
That alone is an epic, heavenly power, holy crap. How can you, how amazing would that be with cancer, with God, you lose an arm in war or however, and you can just regenerate. That would be amazing. I mean, that's a hopeful thing, but it's dangerous in this case because then they turn into these big weapons that can destroy
and then people will say, well,
villages.
I did cut his arm, but, it's going to rejuvenate. So I really don't need any jail time. I don't need any jail time.
You broke your finger, let's cut off your arm. You just regrow the whole thing again. You'll be fine. Be good as new. Yeah, I can't wait to watch the next episode, guys. Thank you so much for your patience and sticking by us watching this. We're so happy that we are. If you want to check out the next reaction, you can check out our full reactions in the links below. On our Patreon, they always come out a week or more early. Yay! Before they hit YouTube as a fair use version. So please subscribe, guys. That helps us out a lot as well. And we'll see you very soon as always.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.